with your doubts, with your uncertainty, with your fears. You are not alone. It's good that you're experiencing them in the sense of it means you are trying to expand into that new version of yourself or stepping into that unknown territory. Welcome to the inner space. This is for you if you need encouragement to be more yourself and explore your own path. Maybe because you feel different, too sensitive, or just not able to do things as everyone else seems to. There is a way, and it's your unique way. I'm Gloria Jansen. I am a coach, a healing artist, and a surfer. I am here to help you ride the waves of life, work, and business to find that deeper alignment with your creative and sensitive soul. If this feels like you, I invite you to know yourself better, feel all the emotions, and trust yourself so you experience the freedom and fulfillment of being and doing you. Subscribe now to catch the next wave to the inner space, where authenticity sets you free. This episode is for you if you are letting yourself be held back by your doubts about your abilities, about if you're legitimate, generally anything that makes you feel maybe you are not good enough or you are not ready to make it happen. Of course, I'm a business owner. I talk a lot about business also in the inner space, so I will focus a bit more on business. But as you listen to it, I'm sure you can yourself expand it if it's more for a career as an employed person. I would say if the initial question resonated with you, then join me into this new episode. I just remind you, if you want to subscribe, leave a comment, please. I would love it, especially if you like what I'm doing, because I receive a lot of private messages that fill my heart for how this episode or another one has helped you open a new perspective, supported you. If you put a comment on social media, on Spotify, if you listen on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, this helps me immensely so that all the work and all the messages, the support I'm sending out can support even more people. Thank you. So let me go back to the topic of today and what sparked my desire to create that episode. I had a discussion with a woman I know from my previous life, if I can say so, when I was doing fundraising, like for an art institution mostly. So before becoming a coach, doing that change of career path. And this person came to me. She herself started her coaching journey and she said, "Oh, can I have a chat? Understand a bit how things are working for you, business wise, and generally as a coach." And at that time, I had a catch up call with her. Also, we hadn't talked in a while. It was beautiful. I gave her all my experience insights. And after that, I actually recorded a podcast episode that you can also listen to, episode 19. If you are wondering if you would like to become a coach, know a bit behind the scenes, how it looks like. So I give her a few insights also about her human design, how I would recommend her to integrate it in her business journey, because that's something I've learned much later, but that really would have helped me to build a business according to my nature. And a few weeks pass by, and then I see her posting on LinkedIn and saying, "I've been hiding for months because I felt an imposter. Now I've decided just to, have the courage and start posting again. And I would say, in summary, build my trust and feel more and more comfortable sharing about where I am at, so then I can grow as a coach and grow my business, be visible, and so on." Like, that's the journey I would say we all, or many of us, go through. And as I was reading her posts and, of course, supported her and she received a lot of love, I thought there is a big misunderstanding. There is a big misunderstanding that you need to hear about if you are at the beginning of this journey of showing more maybe who you are at work, embracing a path that is more soul aligned, more aligned with your heart's desire, with your capabilities, with what you sense would be correct for you. As you go onto that journey, there are often lots of fears and doubts, which is normal, especially if you do that shift of career, opening a business. And sometimes it can happen also in your own business. You've been in business, but then you feel like, actually, I'm changing so much. Reorienting your own business, that can be also a moment where you feel vulnerable because of that shift. And in these moments, and I was too, as I began my journey, I was looking at people who were more established and thinking, okay, they know how to do it. They're more advanced. And I saw all of them like doing communication, promotion, offers. It really felt like, I was going to say easy, it's maybe not the word, but they knew what they were doing. That was my impression. They knew what they were doing. They know I'm not there yet. And now that I am many years into it, no. It's not that they don't know what they're doing, and it's not that I don't know what I'm doing. The only difference is I am, or they are, moving with their fears and with their doubts, and they don't let these things hold them back. That's the only difference. If you feel you recognize yourself in the story I told about that person, I really would like to tell her and to tell you, it's fine to feel an imposter. It's fine to wonder if you're legitimate. We all feel it the moment we expand and go into unknown territories. We all experience that. Just if you haven't dared, as for example, she's doing it now, like publishing and being out there, if you are still on the other side of the fence, that you are not being visible or showing yourself because of this doubts about yourself, don't wait for it to begin to move. And know that all the people on the other side of the fence, and you believe like, oh wow, they know. No, it's not about they know. They just move with the fear and they move with the doubts. Really, there's so many moments where I would like to do two things at the same time, so that I can illustrate what I just said for my own life, where I would like to, for example, tell you about new services I'm developing or new ideas, new project I'm developing, and sharing my passion, why I'm doing it. And at the same time, have another canal where I can say and share with you like the doubts, the questions I have, the moments where I'm like, okay, I will just not do it. Both are living next to each other. There are moments where I'm more in one part where I'm like, of course I will make it happen. It will be fantastic. I'm super excited. And then I have a moment where I'm like, really? Will it work out? Is that a good idea? Will it be good enough? Like, I go back to that energy as well. And because I've seen and been behind the scenes with people who are even more successful than I am, I've seen they also face these doubts. And they just move with their shit, if I can say so. They move with it. That's the only difference. And the more we are, and I'm also including myself, because myself too, sometimes I'm holding myself back by some fears and doubts. I just try more and more to move with it. So please know that at the front, what people expose makes you maybe not see that there is something at the back, and that at the back, there are also doubts and questions. And of course, it's easy to say for me, because also I have had many clients, I know what they're experiencing. So I feel I have a perspective on human nature that is very concrete, selected on who is working with me. Of course, it's not representative, but you would be surprised if you haven't made that experience as I've done it, I'm still doing it. You would be surprised by all the doubts and questions these people have and still move with it. Sometimes I believe even people would like share, okay, that's an amazing thing, and still like, okay, but I hope it's going to work. Or so it's like this tension inside of you, you can still experience it. Tell me, what's in your life at the moment? What is important? What would you like to see being birthed? And are there parts that take more time? You're a bit slower, maybe you still move, but it feels like the heavy luggage on your back and like, I do one step today, another step tomorrow. Maybe you can just like leave the backpack. Just know, okay, I know you are there. That's fine. But today I'm just going to walk for 5 minutes, an hour without you and see how it goes. Every time I feel this heavy backpack of doubts and questions, I just remove it, put it next to me, breathe in, breathe out. And now it can go back to its space, which is the place of doubt and questions. And that's part of human nature. That's part of it. No one moves without fears, limits. Every time we expand, we face new fears, new limits. That's why when I tell about how I work, my services, how I help people, there's one of my signature program many people work with for me, which is doing all the work on your thoughts, like all these thoughts that hold us back and say we are not good enough and yeah, this is not going to work, it never worked, and all these things. And then working on the emotional connection to yourself, all the past experiences that might have ingrained some deep emotions that come up every time you try to do something or became part of your life, but you don't want them anymore. And then doing the work around your beliefs, which are, if I make it very short, like very ingrained thoughts that you might not be aware of, but are holding you back. And then I do all of that work also on an energetical level. So it's really like a rebirth of your identity. These steps, I'm still doing them myself. Every time I'm expanding into unknown territories. It's important for me to tell it to my clients. Now you hear it as well. The work I propose is the work I'm always doing again and again, just on new levels and depending on what's the project I want to birth in my life. So I can take a project I'm working on in my life right now. I want to expand a lot more around motherhood because of the experience I'm having and this very experiential approach of living it and what I feel I would have needed to know and what I feel mothers really need and what really makes me angry around that topic as well, where I'm like, no, this should not happen anymore. So all that passion around it. And as I'm moving with that, I'm also like, oh, but people haven't heard me a lot before, well, of course, which makes sense, talk about motherhood. Are people interested in that? Because I've never done it. I'm like, will it work? How will it work? I have all these questions. How will I promote it? Do I do a different canal? Like, I don't know. I don't have the answers because I haven't yet made the experience. So it's normal that I doubt. But there is also this other part I told you about, which for me, and you have to find out for yourself so that it helps you to move. For me, it's like, okay, yes, if I support mothers emotionally, I already know how to work around emotions. That's one of my main skills or gifts that I help people with. So that I know already. I've made the experience myself. I've been in so many mothers communities through that journey that I have a pretty broad understanding of the challenges, some that I haven't experienced, but I know about it. So I've acquired a lot of knowledge. My husband even said like, oh, you could write with feathers because he has seen me during all the pregnancy and now I've been gaining a lot of knowledge as well. So then if I go into this and then I know also my soul's gift, which is around doing also healing art to support mothers. And I'm working on the card deck for mothers, but I've never done it. I've never done a card deck. I know how to draw. I know how to do drawings that support people emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, energetically. But I've never done that. So I'm like writing text and I'm like, but should I do it like this? Will this be interesting? Is it not too focused on my experience? Is it going to be enough about them? I don't know. I don't know. Will I let it stop me? I don't want to. I don't want to because this work is, and that's a thought that is going to help you. So listen carefully. This work is not just about me going through my fear and birthing something new that I would like to birth. It's about the people I want to serve and the support I want to give, the support that I didn't have, the support that I see mothers need. So if I let myself be held back by my fears and my doubts, I'm not impacting the world and serving other people. So that's a big problem. You might tell me, Gloria, but I even doubt that I can bring value. For me, it's easier because I've had the experience of many years of bringing value to people. But again, I tell you, if I bring value in a new area I'm not used to, like motherhood, I still question myself. So the doubt is there. And the answer will be only in the experience, as I tell it to my clients often. So as if you are doubting even on the value of what you can bring, I understand. And I acknowledge that feeling. And I go back to my own feelings so that I can really ground into it. Like before I started all the coaching journey, I hadn't any proofs of me adding value into all of that more personal development, spiritual area. But I opened my ears and looked back still at past experiences and how I was with other people. So in your case, one is you can ground yourself into the belief, and the energy I'm sharing right now is if you are passionate about something, if you feel alive, that's important. If you feel alive, happy, joyful, excited, but alive could be the summary. While you are doing this thing, like there is no way you cannot add value. If I take it really in the essence, just this aliveness is already shared with people, because everything we create is around serving other people, whether it's directly or indirectly, because we want to add that value. That's what makes sense of us all living on this planet Earth and as human beings living together. We don't live just for ourselves. We feel connected and part of society when we are able to add value, see we are helping other people. And it's also moving us and feeling correct to us. So that's the perfect alignment we are all searching. And I help you with that. If it's really far from your reality, where you're like, okay, Gloria, I'm really not doing what I'm supposed to do, and you want to get back onto that path, know that I help you to do the shortcut. I'm really good at sensing your nature, expressing it, and putting you back on track. If you're already on track, we'll expand into that version with new insights and all the liberation work so that you can shine even more. I hope I was able to transmit clearly the fact that with your doubts, with your uncertainty, with your fears, you are not alone. It's good that you're experiencing them in the sense of it means you are trying to expand into that new version of yourself or stepping into that unknown territory. It's good. It means you are moving, you are courageous. And if you are not, if you're on the other side of the fence, every time you encounter fear, know everyone has faced it at some point. Just don't let this question or this thought or this belief about I am not good enough hold you back. Please share, email me, message me. If I can help you, we can start the discussion. I could give a more private answer to where you are at if that can help you, because I truly not believe, I'm certain that this earth needs more people who are on the path so that we all rise together. That's our duty for the collective and for ourselves. Imagine what you bring to people just around you, your family, your friends. If you yourself, you are more alive and experiencing the joy of being on that earth and contributing in a meaningful way. I hope you liked that perspective. You take it into your heart and it makes you move. See you very soon. Thank you for joining the inner space. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, or share it with someone who might need exactly this encouragement. And until next time, keep exploring your inner space, where authenticity sets you free.